After he lost his job 20 years ago, like so many of his neighbors, this was all that was left for Pedro Campos to do.
It
is the worst place in the world to make a living. Harvesting crabs. Your clothes get disgustingly dirty. There are the mosquitoes and huge downpours you have to work through.
And unless the crab population returns to its former abundance, it's not work 50-year-old Pedro wishes for any of his children. He's been at it for almost 10 hours, but has just 16 crabs to show for his effort.
There are too many people getting crabs. You used to be able to get several hundreds a day. Now you have trouble getting even 10.
Crabs are just one of the devastated natural resources in the Parnaíba Delta. So 3 years ago, the Brazilian government intervened. But instead of banning fishing and crabbing altogether, it created cooperatives with exclusive fishing rights for Brazil's poorest and most vulnerable families. It allows for harvesting in concentrated areas while marine populations recover in other parts of the Delta. Families who take part receive government subsidies to compensate for low yields. It's part of a wider program implemented across the country to combat chronic poverty.
I give it 10 out of 10. It helps with a lot of things. Shoes for children, books for schools.
The government is now assessing its efforts. Around 10% of Brazilians live on less than $50 a month.
The program pays families to continue with traditional economic activity in a sustainable way inside areas that have biological importance. This way, families don't migrate to already crowded urban areas and protect the resource.
But while fishing populations may be on the way to being protected, chronic poverty remains a challenge. These 6 men managed to bring in less than 65 crabs between them, profits of less than $3 each.
Outside the protected areas, the crab overharvesting continues, keeping prices low. It's estimated even if the Brazilian industry is brought under control, it could still take more than a decade for the crab populations to return. Kimberly Helkett, Al Jazeera, Brazil.